Willie D Live.
This story will probably run you hot. We got a president at an HBCU who has been accused of having MAGA associates. MAGA associates prompting her to push their agenda within the walls of the HBCU. Yeah, fam. Yeah. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. That's her right there, y'all. That's her. That's FAMU's president. Let's get into the story. Let me see here. We'll share my page right quick. Let's get into the story, fam. So we have, let's see. No, that's too small. Hold on. FAMU launches donation app as alum giving drops under 20 million amid tenure of president critics call MAGA Marva. MAGA Marva. Florida A&M University is finding innovative ways to boost donations amid a sharp decline in alumni giving. The HBCU's donations dropped below 20 million this fiscal year after receiving increasing contributions in the years prior. FAMU's Board of Trustees addressed this concern in a recent meeting while the university launched a donation app last week. Alumni donations were trending upward from 2019 through 2024. During the 24-25 fiscal year, fundraising dropped below 25 million. In 2025, it was recorded to be below $20 million. With continued support from the board, we can convert the momentum of the last several years into lasting strength through major gifts, strategic engagement, and targeted investment, Brandy Tatum Frederick, FAMU's acting vice president of university advancement, said during a Thursday meeting, according to the Tallahassee Democrat. Family, why do they have these long ass names for these companies and these organizations and initiatives? FAMU's acting vice president of university advancement, according to the Tallahassee Democrat. Okay, so in short, the environment is changing, but the foundation we are building positions FAMU to continue moving forward with confidence. Some members of the board disagree with this take and have called out what they see as FAMU's failing reputation, administrative issues, and leadership under FAMU President Marva Johnson. The university's administrative house is not in order. FAMU's financial house is falling off the cliff. And sadly, our reputation as being among the elite HBCUs is going up in flames, FAMU alum and former ABC News president Kimberly Goldman said. Donations are way down and alumni are disenfranchised and upset, not because of my protests, but because of this administration's presence. Damn. Johnson completed her first 100 days as FAMU president on November 9th. She recently shared a message to the campus community and university alumni. Still, she did not address fundraising, which the Board of Trustees has criticized. Although they're called the president's goals, my goals are actually goals that we worked on as an executive leadership team, Johnson told the board. There's something in the scope of these goals that anyone or everyone on our team is accountable for contributing to. We all collectively lift the weight. FAMU Foundation board member Shakisha Kidd said Johnson should use her connections to attract fundraising efforts. Fundraising is her job, Kidd said. As fundraiser in chief, the goals of the annual giving campaign should be tied to her performance. These are her relationships that she should be bringing to the foundation, not the foundation doing the work alone. As Blavity reported, both Godwin and Kidd had previously opposed Johnson's candidacy as FAMU president due to her ties to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Republican Senator Rick Scott. Johnson received the nickname MAGA Marva from her critics. So they're saying that this woman has these close ties to Republican leadership, and that's a problem. But she got in anyway, and she won't even use her relationships to help draw money to the university. Now, I got a question, fam. Why, oh, why would someone like Ron DeSantis be interested in helping an HBCU raise funds? Why, oh, why would he be interested in that? I know I wouldn't be interested in it if I was him. If I was him, you know, Ron DeSantis is an uncivilized mutt, so that's a big if. But if I was him, I wouldn't be interested in helping an HBCU raise funds, because my job as a white supremacist is for white folks to get ahead and everybody else to be left in the back. And this is how I make myself feel good, and people that look like me, this is what make them feel good. The worse that other people are doing, the better we feel about ourselves, because we feel like, well, we're still ahead as long as they're behind. That's the way we think. So why would I help them? Why? That don't make a lot of sense to me. So I don't think he's going to help them. And I think that she knows that. That's why she's not going to him. That's why she's not going to Rick Scott. She's not going to Ron DeSantis, because she knows they're not going to help her. She knows she's just another token. She's just there. I can feel the frustration, though. I can understand the frustration from the board. Like, first of all, we didn't even want you here, but we looked at the pros. They looked at the cons and said, we didn't want you here because of your association with MAGA. Okay, we don't want you. We don't like you. We don't want you here. We don't think you're a good fit. But since you are going to be here, since you are here now, okay, what are the pros? Well, if she comes, well, maybe she can help us with fundraising. You know, maybe she can help us with fundraising. So she gets there and she comes in as someone who is supposed to be savvy with fundraising. She's supposed to be somebody who's well connected, who can help the school in the fundraising department. But yet she's relying on the board members and the people that are already involved in the university to bring funds and do the job equally as what she does. That ain't the deal. If I'm part of an organization and we know that we need fundraising, and we identify a person who's supposed to be a fundraising guru, a fundraising champion, a fundraising star, then my problems are solved. We bring this person in and voila, you know, we got the money now. We got the money we need. At the very least, that's how she comes in And she does the job to protect her job. She knows that's why they brought her in. So if I bring you in to raise money and you're not raising money, I'm talking about big money. If I bring you in to raise money, you shouldn't be looking at me to raise the same amount of money you raise. That ain't even my job. If I bring you in to raise money, you're the money raising king. Well, go out there and raise. Or you the money raising queen. Go out and raise some money. So I understand the frustration. I've been in those type of organizations, been a part of those type of organizations where you bring somebody in who's supposed to be good at raising funds and they don't raise nothing, which begs to question, did they really do any work prior to you getting on? Like, was somebody else really raising those funds? You know, was somebody else really responsible for those funds being raised? Since she can't seem to raise funds, was somebody else really responsible for doing that? And you just went out there and you, because of your association, you got credit. Because you know that happens a lot of times. You got to vet people, man, because a lot of times somebody can say, oh, I worked at such. Oh, you work, oh yeah, I worked at Universal Records, and I was AR at Universal Records. And you'd be like, oh yeah, he must really know his job. He must really know what to do if he was an AR at Universal. But he ain't gonna tell you that he never signed anybody while he was an AR at Universal. He worked with people, but he ain't went out and signed nobody.